YouTube, what it do, man? Go on over there and hit me with that like button, which is the thumbs up. Let me know I'm kicking my stuff. One of the little homies had asked me, have we ever got into it with some rips when we was, caravanning through another blood hood? Well, this is a story of back in the days when we got into an issue with some niggas over there in the Pueblos. Now, back in the 90s, when the homies, when we was caravanning, because my hood was known for caravanning, when we was doing this blood thing, the homie had just got out of YA. We ain't seen him in a couple years, so the homie pulled up to the turf. He was like, blood, I'm trying to see what's happening with this little, he knocked this little female or whatever. So he said she had some homegirls, so we like, where she stay at? He like, over there in the Pueblos, So like I said, we was known for caravanning, so we was in like 3 cars going over there. Plus we know, a couple homies over there. So, we go all the way down Slauson, you know what I'm saying? We go through the 60s, you know what I mean? Niggas hanging out the window, getting our bang on, because that's how it was, I remember exactly what I was wearing. I had the black khakis on, with the black chucks and the red laces, with the belt with the buckle on it, with the hood on it, you know what I mean? With the P on it, and the white t-shirt, back then I had long hair, so I had my braids, going straight to the back. The homie, he had on the brown khaki suit with the black chucks, and he was driving, but he had the flame rag around his neck, We pushing down Slauson, and, niggas is banging on the car, you know what I mean? So we hanging out the window, giving it up back, chunking it up. So, we go all the way down Slauson. We end up passing the 110 freeway over to the east side, you know what I'm saying? Same thing, Niggas stopping at the lights. Niggas looking. They get to banging, we get to banging too. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, we pull up to a liquor store so we could use the payphone. Because, back then there wasn't really no cell phones or nothing like that, So he had the pager. She didn't answer. So we like, fuck, blood, what is we gonna do? So we end up stopping at the payphone. And as we at the payphone, it's on the side of a liquor store right there. I can't really remember what street that was. But it was over there, like kind of like by the villains and the Pueblos, So we ended up using the phone. Me and the homie jumped out. All the other homies is still, chilling and lounging in the car doing what they do. And all of a sudden we hear a glass break, you know what I'm saying? So, we go around the corner to peep what's going on. And when we do that, we see one of the homies from Pueblos. I forgot Blood's name. Niggas ain't really remember his name like that, but I remember he was in juvenile hall with me. And I see him getting into it with another rip. And I could tell because, they just had that swag back in the days. Like, he wasn't blued up, but you just knew what time it was, So we ended up running over there, to assist the homie, because back then, before all the internal beef, when it was all one blood alliance, when we used to be able to just go over there and parlay and, a day consists of leaving the hood, pulling up in the 20s, we might leave there, go to the BNGs, nigga might end up way in Bompton in the Campanellas, or the Ludus Parks. And then we'll make our way back around slide through the lanes and fuck with them, and then to the Inglewood families, and then back to the turf. So, you know, it was just a blood thing back then, you know. But anyways, we go to assist him. Now, unbeknownst to us, he had some homies around the corner too. And them niggas, when they seen us, I guess they was letting them get down because it was a 101. But once they seen us with the red on, and the homie had a P hat, they assumed we was from the Pueblos too. So they jumped out the car, and, you know, niggas got to slanging them and throwing them things, you know. And the homies, you know, we was kind of getting the best of them because it was like 6 of them, but it was about like 10, 11 of us. So, including the nigga that was already at the liquor store fighting. So, you know, one of them pulled out a gun and he had pointed it at the homie. But right when he pointed it at the homie, he had recognized the homie. I guess they was just in YA with each other. You know what I'm saying? So, before he pulled the trigger, he like, nigga, what you doing over here? And he like, shit, I was going to go see a little bitch, you know, a little broad over here in the projects in the Pueblos. So, you know, being that he recognized that we wasn't from the Pueblos and we was just helping, you know, he didn't even pull the trigger. He wasn't even tripping. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, hey, homie, y'all got to, you know, go ahead and get up out of here, homie. Y'all sticking y'all nose in other people's business. You know what I'm saying? So we like, we don't give a fuck, blood. That's the homie. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, look, homie, just go ahead and go on about y'all business, you know? So we ended up, you know, being that they ain't really no immediate enemies like that. We ended up like, all right, homie, you know what I'm saying? But you know this bloods, you know? And we ended up getting in the car and taking the homie from the Pueblos with us so they couldn't do nothing to him, you know? And we ended up going to the Pueblos. It turns out the little female that we was going to go see happened to be his cousin, you know? So, you know, his relative, you know? And he took us right there where she lived. You know, she had some homegirls over there. You know, homies drank, smoked, did our little thing and whatnot. And we ended up functioning with the Pueblos like that, you know, like almost every day for like a good 2-3 months for that summer. We was going over there, you know what I'm saying? And it was a beautiful thing, you know, like I said, back in the 90s, it wasn't all the internal beef and all that. They wasn't even beefing with the villains yet, you know. But anyways, your boy 89 on up. G shit, not ye shit. I'm out.